Hey, what's good everybody? Welcome back. It's Brandon again, and I'm here just talking to you about something that's been on my mind the last couple of days, both personally and based off what's on the channel and what we talk about and some of the responses that I get. So that video I posted the other day, actually I think it was yesterday, I shouldn't say the other day. Maybe if you're watching this later then this would be more relevant, but now I'm just rambling on and look like a complete asshole. But with that video I put up on calories and weight gain and weight loss, I did that for a couple of reasons. Number one is because I'm trying to learn After Effects and get better at editing. So I spent all of After Effects doing that, just working on transitions and using different diagrams for presentation type models. And it's something I'm going to continue to try to do to help step up the quality of the videos that are on this channel as well as the editing. The other thing, and the reason I did that, is because I wanted to just explain to people that sometimes simple is better. Now that's not necessarily always the case, but what I find is a lot of times as we get more involved in health and fitness and being more aware of what's going on around us and what's going into our bodies, we have the tendency to read as much as we can. And obviously from watching this channel, hopefully you know there's a lot of bad information out there as well as a lot of good information out there. And that's really what I try to focus on with the information I put forward in most cases, except when I'm doing random vlogs of me eating burritos and you guys telling me my girlfriend's hot. But when I'm not doing that, and when you're not doing that, I try to put out information about supplements, about articles, about training philosophies, myths that are out there to help you guys kind of do what's optimal, so to say, or what's in your best interest as far as seeing the best kind of results. Now, a problem with this, however, though, is again, as we start reading more and watching more and what we think is learning more and more, we have the tendency to really overcomplicate the stuff that we do, whether it be our training programs, whether it be our nutrition protocols, all this stuff, and it gets really, really complicated to the point where for many of us, we get frustrated or we don't know who to believe or we don't know what to watch, and we end up really not seeing gains or not seeing the gains that we want to see. So that's really the reason for this video today, is I want to just talk about that in brief. And we've all heard of probably the acronym of KISS, or Keep It Simple Stupid, and in some instances that's really the best way to go about things. So the reason I put up that calorie video the other day is more to just remind people that some of this stuff is kind of simple at its basis. Now obviously it's going to get more complicated depending on your level and what you're trying to accomplish, and that drives me to my next point, and is the fact that a lot of the stuff that you're reading about, you know, specific cycling of nutrients or having exact numbers for whatever, that's only real beneficial to people that are preparing for a bodybuilding show. The reason being is most of us aren't going to get to really sub-levels of body fat that would be considered to be a bodybuilder. Now obviously we all enjoy lifting, we enjoy working out, we enjoy trying to build our muscles and getting in shape and having a six-pack. But I think a lot of times we do have unrealistic expectations of what we're going to achieve. Now that's not saying you can't get to, let's say, sub 6% body fat. Some of us out there can. But again, what you need to realize is these bodybuilders who are doing it and doing these strict protocols, their real goal is to peak for that one day of their bodybuilding show. You know, Chris Jones talked about this in one of his videos about cutting and prepping for a show, saying he has a really hard time wrapping his mind around setting up a specific diet that's going to take months on end just to get one day specifically to show off that stuff. So I can really relate to that, and I think you guys should too, and understand that sometimes keeping it simple is better, and when you overcomplicate things, you're going to end up getting frustrated because you're not necessarily going to see those same results right away. Now another comment I get is about fitness models and how come some people look bigger and how can you look like you're pumped all the time. And I really got to say the same thing, is you guys don't really understand the logistics behind it. A lot of these fitness athletes and models prepare for a photo shoot like many bodybuilders would prepare for a show. So they go into a specific training, they go into a specific dieting protocol and all that. It's not what they look like at all times. Not to mention a lot of that stuff is photoshopped. I'd mentioned in past videos, and if you want you can probably find it on the internet itself, but even people like Phil Heath sometimes gets photoshopped. And that's saying a lot because he's a Mr. Olympia winner, someone that you think is at the pinnacle of bodybuilding, has the best physique obviously, yet he's still subject to photoshopping and making himself appear bigger or smoother in some cases. So when it comes down to it, sometimes simple is better. Don't overcomplicate things to the point where you're getting frustrated or it's really hindering your goals. Sometimes it's good to take a step back and really look at the overall picture, and in the long run, I think you'll be happier with your results. In the meantime, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Stay big.